Hello everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today we're going to take a look at the anatomy of a deck of playing cards. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where my goal is to help make you the best possible entertainers that you can be. Now in today's video, I wanted to go all the way back in time, back to the very beginning, the very basic principles that any card magician needs to know, and that is, what the heck are playing cards? Now, before you click out of this video, I know this is super basic stuff, but stick with me here because I think that there's some really cool things that we're going to discuss in this video. Have you ever gone to a store, maybe like a drugstore or something, like a CVS, and you're asking the person behind the counter, do you guys have any playing cards? And they look at you like, what the heck is that? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And you're like, a deck of cards, so I could play card games with my friends. And then they go, oh yeah, those are on aisle 12, right? Sometimes people don't even know what playing cards actually are. So I want to educate you guys on the different parts that make up a deck of cards. And at the end of the video, we'll discuss some cool stuff, talk about gaffs a little bit and all of that good stuff. But first, just a couple of announcements. If you have not already done so, of course, go ahead and click that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you know every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to support me and the channel for just $1 a month, consider clicking the join button and become a Mob Squad member. Members get access to a bunch of really cool exclusive stuff here on the channel, all of my tutorials, and early access to all of these videos, including a lot more other really cool stuff. Again, all you have to do is just click the join button. It's only $1 a month. If you can't find the join button, find the link in the description below and go ahead and click that link. It'll take you to the sign up page so you can become a member. I'll even shout you out right here on the channel, kind of like these guys. So let's welcome some of our newest members. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to Morocco Maggie, Richard Dixon, Joran Vanderscher, Javier Gallego, and Peter Prevost. Thank you guys so much for all of the love and support. It's because of you, everyone that continues to watch my videos and share them, that I am able to keep this channel going. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. You guys are the best. All right, now that announcements are out of the way, let's dive into the content of this video. When we're talking about playing cards, all we mean is a deck of cards that you play card games with. Poker, blackjack, bridge, rummy, Texas Hold'em, right? I'm sure you guys have heard of some of these classic card games before. This is the deck of cards that you use to play those games. Now, a deck of cards is made up of 54 cards if we're including the 2 jokers, right? Now, most decks of cards do not have jokers. In fact, I think I took the jokers out of this one already. Most card games you don't use the jokers for. Most magicians don't use the jokers either. A lot of times you'll take those cards out and get rid of them. There are a lot of cool things you can do with the jokers. You can do sandwiching routines where the 2 jokers find a selected card and trap it right between them. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with jokers. So I personally don't recommend throwing them out, but it's completely up to you. Usually one joker is a black and white joker and the other one is in full color. Of course, different deck designs have different joker designs as well. Sometimes the jokers are identical. It's good to keep these things in mind if you're going to use the jokers while playing cards, or if you're going to use them while doing magic. Now, a standard deck without the jokers is 52 cards. Okay, you have 13 values. That is the ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, and king. So those are your 13 values. You have 4 versions of each of those values, right? We call those suits. Now, each suit has a different symbol. We have the clubs, the hearts, the spades, and the diamonds. 2 of the cards are black, or excuse me, 2 of the suits are black and 2 of the suits are red. Now, of course, we're talking about standard decks of cards here. You may find decks of cards that don't use these symbols at all. Maybe they use other symbols. Maybe it's like an actual sword. or a gold coin instead of a diamond, right? But usually these decks consist of 4 suits: the clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. So there's your 52 cards right there. Now let's go ahead and break down an actual card. So for the sake of this, so you guys can see, let's go ahead and use one of my favorite cards, the 7 of Hearts. Now, on the 7 of Hearts, we have a lot of different things going on here, right? It doesn't seem like very much, but we do have some different things going on. Of course, we could see the hearts, right? These little points here, these hearts, all of these different pictures of hearts on the card, those are what we refer to as pips, P-I-P, right? So this right here is the pip of a heart. Now, back in olden times, playing cards just had pips. They didn't have numbers or anything. It would just have the pips. And then, of course, when we're talking about the jack, queen, or the king, it would just have the image of the card itself. Now, when we're looking at the images of the cards, we're usually looking at the face of the card. That's the front. And, of course, the back of the card is this elegant-looking design here. Now, you may or may not have noticed that all of the faces of the cards are different, yet all of the backs are the same, right? Now, of course, this is simple, and that is because we want to make it look uniform so that you're not sure which cards are which when you're looking at the back until you draw them and you look at the card, and then the symbols tell you which card it is that you're looking at. Now, having said that, there are special types of cards called marked cards in which the back design itself actually conceals some hidden symbols so that only someone that is familiar with the markings will be able to read them. So you can actually look at that card and you can, just by looking at the back of it, you can tell exactly which card it is that you're looking at. For more information on marked decks, check out my Gaff Decks 101 video talking about marked cards. In fact, I recommend you guys check out all of my Gaff Decks 101 videos because we're going to talk about taking a deck of cards to the next level by transforming it into a special prop that allows you to do some really cool stuff. So, what else do we have here on the face of the card? Another thing is this number with the pip symbol just below it. So this would be the 7 of Hearts. This one here would be the King of Spades, right? This little part of the card here is known as the index. Now, like I said before, indexes or indices, however you like to say them, didn't actually exist back in the day. You just had the symbols and you had to go based off the symbols. Adding an index to the card makes it a lot easier. You can just look at the card real quick, and it's designed to be in a specific part of the card so that when you spread through, you could see all of the indexes, just like this, right? Now, if you're left-handed and you're holding the deck in the left hand and you spread this way, you'll notice you can't see any of the indexes, right? This is what you would call a right-handed deck of cards. Now, they do make left-handed deck of cards, so the index would be over here on the left side instead of the right side. And they also make 4-corner index cards where the index is on all 4 corners. They make jumbo indexes where the index symbol is super big, maybe for someone that has a hard time seeing. So maybe if you're doing card magic with a deck of cards for a larger size audience, it might be a good idea to grab a deck of jumbo index cards because the symbol will actually be a lot bigger and makes it a lot easier to see. So now that we know all of this, let's talk about special gimmicks and special decks of cards, right? So there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with a playing card. Now, we already talked about every playing card has a face and has a back. Well, what you may not know is that there are playing cards out there that maybe have a face on this side, right? So let's just say it's the 9 of Spades, and then when you turn it over, it's got a face also on the other side, which allows you to do some really cool stuff, right? Maybe it's quite the opposite. Maybe you have a playing card here with a back design and then you turn it over and it's got a back on the other side, right? Now, of course, I'm holding two cards together, but this would be one card. It would look like a back here and a back here. That's what we call a double back playing card. There are playing cards that are completely blank, so you won't see anything here. It'll be completely white on this side and completely white on this side. Maybe it'll have a back, but a blank face. Maybe it'll have a blank face, or maybe it'll have a face, but a blank back, right? These are what we call blank cards. There are special decks of cards where the entire deck itself is gimmicked, right? I don't want to go into the extreme nuance of every single one, but just to name a few, some of my favorites, you have a Svengali deck, you have an invisible deck, mental photography, the rising card deck, marked cards. We talked about all of this already on this channel, so check out the Advice for Beginners playlist and take a look at the GAF Decks 101 series if you guys would like to learn more about some gimmicked decks of cards. So a lot of really cool things that you can do with playing cards. That there, my friends, is just the 101 on decks of cards. So now hopefully you know a little bit more about them. When you hear a magician say something like, oh man, those pips look so unique, and you're just like, the what? Like, are you speaking English? The pips, right? No, we're talking about the pips on the cards, of course, right? So there's a lot of really cool things that there is to learn about playing cards, and hopefully you guys learn just a little bit more from watching this video. Again, from the bottom of my heart, it means so much if you stuck all the way to the end. What are some fun facts that you guys know about playing cards? Leave a comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear them. I'd love to hear about some of your favorite designed cards, because of course, these here, the back of the cards look pretty cool, right? This is what we call a rider back. These are playing cards by Bicycle. They have the little angels there riding bicycles. They're called rider backs. There are different types of back designs. They have the fan backs where like it's got like a fan. There's the maiden backs where instead of an angel riding a bicycle, she's a beautiful maiden. You know, there's like all kinds of different cool back designs, and that's just the bicycle ones. Don't forget there are thousands of different designed playing cards from all over the place, from the United States Playing Card Company, from other playing card companies all around the world. What are some of your favorite unique decks of cards? I'd love to know. Anyways, if you made it this far, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you didn't already. If you want to check out more, you're also welcome to visit my website, o'brienmagic.com. I got tons of books, downloads, magic accessories, all kinds of cool stuff there. And if you haven't already done so, click the join button and become a member. See you guys next time. Take care.